So I assume that we will be having some support in this endeavor.
Yes.
Yes?
And Mercutio looks to you.
Because we did not in the last one.
Yes,
let me tell you.
the rest really will be aiding you.
We came quite close to death. I don't mind saying.
You don't feel that this is too much. So we have the great benefit now that Jovan has his own invitation. So now we have two opportunities to distract the guest. We have the brother of the wife of the paradigm. He will surely be like the cock of the walk. People will want to know everything about them. Tell us about their childhood. How did you murder her family? What? Can I be a demon lord? That kind of stuff.
Do the keepers know about that stuff?
And they glance back and forth.
They
to each
do
other
now.
And then Jovan will be there now, and they'll go, "Oh my gosh, how did you dismiss those things? Is that your claymore?" And like, "Oh my gosh, can I hear more about Netro?" So between the two of them, everyone at the ball is going to want a piece of that. We can virtually walk in and just like take anything we want. No, just 2-person team thing. I think that is a wrong way to go. That just doubles your chances of things going wrong. What we should do is split up the responsibility, divide the search into quadrants, and then, as luck would have it, whomever is blessed will find the objects and make our way out, and that will reduce and minimize any difficulty. Plus, should any individual person be caught, that would serve as yet another distraction, and the others will be able to continue the search under the cover that surely 4 people can't all be trying to rob the manse at the same time.
It's an interesting claim, but I do like the idea of splitting up. Well, Daedriel,
Plus, I don't work well with others. I'm much more quiet and mysterious by myself.
oh, believe me, we in the Vesperillo understand. Which room would you take, then, to investigate?
I would take the bath. You see, if I had great gemstones of such beauty, I wouldn't put them anywhere where they were classically on display. I would put them at the bottom of my tub, or under a cactus, or someplace soft and warm where there might be delicious bath soaps.
Mercutio gives you an odd look and goes, perhaps, although Lalos is known for being somewhat vain, do you really think he'd store such wonderful treasures in such a mundane place?
Oh no, this is not vanity. You see, he would have things on display that were like these things. But Lalos's vanity would cause him to want to have them there himself all the time. To have a bath of this size clearly indicates that he is not just vain, but he is a Epicurean of the highest level. I suspect to have a bath of this size, he must spend a great deal of time there. If you are naked, lying in the soft bubble bath of your gigantic manse, will you not want to have these lovely amber orbs near you to caress, to enjoy, to make your experience that much more sensual?
Oh God, what's he doing with these orbs?
All right.
I don't want to touch these orbs.
My money's on the office. That's my bet. I would have these either on a shelf or locked in my desk.
And this is only if we're lucky, because if I were Lalos, I would have them on a chain at my waist so that my balls were with me at all times.
And
If you know what I mean.
Mercutio raises his eyebrow a bit and goes, I suppose, although the gems aren't entirely anything that would be fantastical. You see, the reason we're, robbing the House of a Paradigm is that these things are hard to come by. But in terms of Lalos's treasure hoard and the kind of powerful gems he has in his possession, they're somewhat low on the scale. It's not something he would think to protect.
Do these gems have inherent powers other than in the use of this spell?
The gem's only ability, and then Datho cuts Mercutio off and goes, the gem's only ability, and he glances at Mercutio, is to store magic. And amber reservoirs tend to do that better than most other kinds of gems. They also fit better into amulets when you're inlaying them.
Do I believe him when he says that the only ability?
Give me a personality roll.
Right.
The circle also has.
That's an 11.
properties.
You believe him.
All right.
I should say Merek should even use his professional connection and say, as a professional, I have heard that you possess amber reservoirs. It would be an honor to be able to see them.
That is one option.
Well, This is also one of those things where the city doesn't know that I'm a wizard. So I'm not sure
It doesn't?
Nah. Ver just had an inclination towards it. He thought.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
and you
a
cast a
wizard.
spell, and he was like, I was right.
He's
and
like,
then
I
he
knew
But
it.
Lalos,
got one shot.
Lalos does know.
What he does.
because he knows your
he?
sister, and he knows the history.
Were you a wizard before your sister left?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
But
Why would it?
So
Oh,
there can be some.
he knows about the wardrobe, and he knows about
He
your
does.
sister. You'd assume he would.
How would we know? I didn't know when I was a kid.
Oh, never mind then.
wasn't something revealed about the wardrobe? Like your sister knows about it or some shit?
Well,
I don't remember. There was
I was
something.
told it was passed down to women. How did I learn that
Something
fact?
was hinted.
It was
In the wardrobe realm.
Yeah, in the wardrobe
Yeah.
realm.
You talked to the Percival that was not before he became the cat.
Although the original guy who made the wardrobe
I
was
have
a
no
guy,
reason
so why
to
would it be passed
suspect
down
that
to
he
women?
knows that I'm a
I don't
wizard.
understand.
Okay.
Like, he probably does. Really, he does. But Merek has no reason to suspect it. Because as far as he knows, he knew nothing of the wardrobe as a child. He knew nothing of magic as a child, and it just happened to him.
Fair enough.
So he's still a little confused as to his wizard abilities, but he isn't able to make a connection that, like, his sister has some connection to
Fair
it.
enough. All right. Well, in any case, they go well. And Mercutio and Daphne look at you and go, well, maybe this would be a time to reveal yourself. You're a guest of honor in a Paradigm's
And
home.
do what? Summon frogs from the sky? You ready to throw missiles about? I'm not doing the wardrobe.
You should dismiss the pile of trash. Show how
I could
efficient and
do.
effective.
That seemed like a large house.
I could do rope
Just
work.
comes back 2 hours
Rope
later.
work is actually pretty impressive, because it summons rope and extra copies of me.
Ooh,
It's pretty great.
ooh.
I'm just saying
Does it
that
summon extra ropes, though?
if you can convince Lalos that you have a professional curiosity, he may let you in.
Oh, yeah.
And then what? I get to see it.
Wait, this being
You can know
treasury,
its
or...
location, and then tell us, and then we can grab it.
And how are we communicating during this
I
operation?
still don't.
Datho has informed me that you have ways of communicating with each other.
We do, but not with you.
And Mercutio looks around and goes, I think we'll be alright. Daedriel can get to me or tell me a message if he needs to. He'll think of something.
We're not gonna like hash out like hand signals or anything. Like I might be surrounded by people, and you need me to get me a message or something.
What signal would you have us use?
I don't know.
An explosion on the second floor where you're signed to get out.
Yes. Someone's screaming for the guards.
Yes.
Or Lalos's amber reserves have been stolen by Daedriel,
Or
the rogue.
when a
Or the thief.
when a dead guard's body falls from the balcony into the foyer, that will be your sign to get out.
Right.
It's like,
Yes. The people will flee to my aid.
that's right. It's like Jovan will save us.
And I will save everyone.
There'll be some woman who like faints into it. It's like, oh, Jovan.
I've got you.
So, Datho and Frederick and Mercutio look around at the three of you and go, so our plan is to split up.
Yes,
Into-
I will take the second floor.
Okay.
I will attempt to see what I can search on the first floor, but
Starting
I
with the
will.
bath.
I suppose we'll just have to communicate then as the night goes on.
Like I will no doubt ask for a tour, and I'll see what I can see.
Well, best of luck then. And they leave the map with you. And they go, in case you need it for reference. And Mercutio looks around and goes, now I've got to climb back down out of the window. Well, have a pleasant evening. And he, like, lifts the window up and starts, like, clambering out of it and goes, I hope this goes off well. If it does, the possibilities of our two groups getting along will increase tenfold. I can assure you.
I'm excited by this. Does he look like a guy who did not spend a lot of points on climb share surfaces?
Nah, he just doesn't look like he likes doing it.
Oh, okay.
Which is odd, because the Vesperil are supposed to be like the rooftop guys.
Yeah, I love climbing share surfaces. I try to do it whenever I can, even when it's unnecessary.
So he like slips out of the window and like nervously looks down and then hangs off the ledge a bit and
Maybe
goes,
he has a fear of heights.
all right.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
starts like working his way down.
What a lame.
It's like he's
Vesperilla,
really
man.
bad at this.
Well, he's the guy who does the secret meetings and not the wall climbing.
Oh, okay.
So Dathra and Frederick look to you two and go, so, what happened to Vergis? After Mercutio's gone, they, like, shut the window.
I told you what happened to Vergis.
We can find out the truth later, but if we hear it from you, it will save trust.
He told you what happened to
Yeah,
Vergis.
I told you the truth.
You don't believe us?
All right. No, no harm meant. If you told us the truth, then you told us the truth.
Oh, of course we told you the truth.
And
Do
they,
the keepers not believe in magic?
they don't seem to believe in magic. They just, you know.
I mean, the door is all of a sudden not magical, so wherever it went,
Yeah, you want to come and look?
I don't know.
There's a lot of dusty cobwebs
Like
for
you
you
can
to see if you like.
the door that was, imbued.
There's no reason for us to distrust you. We'll make our exit.
That's reason to distrust me, though.
And Dathra goes over and looks
I mean,
at
that's
the
fine.
window. Yeah, they don't.
Whatever.
Let's see.
Oh, they don't believe I could have done anything about it?
Maybe they just don't know you can.
I suppose that's true.
And
Yeah.
he clambers out of the window,
I
and
mean-
Frederick hops out after him.
Hey,
Goes,
hey.
What?
You can't go out the window, you idiot. I brought you up here on the stairs. Don't be stupid.
Yeah,
Wait,
you have to leave by the stairs.
You expect me to drunkenly stumble back down?
Yeah.
The guards will just think I'm sleeping it off in my room.
Yeah, what if they come up here and you're not here?
Are they gonna go in my room?
They might. They're guards. We can't stop them.
Just spend a night here. It's not that bad.
All right.
Did you read the reviews on the
On
corner?
Yeah.
On the corner.
Yeah.
And he
Don't-
and he jumps and he moves back, and Dathra goes, "I'll be seeing you around, Frederick." And he climbs down the ledge, shuts the window.
It's not that bad.
Frederick goes, "I guess I'll just stumble out past the guards."
Yes, please do.
So he wanders out the door and goes wandering down the hallway.
I go.
So okay, no. We're gonna stay in. I'm gonna close the windows.
Yeah. I'm actually
I'm
gonna
gonna draw the
window.
curtains.
Okay.
Okay, fellas.
Wait,
So
you actually are?
Oh, I guess if he's calling a meeting, I won't.
Okay.
But otherwise, I would actually.
Okay.
So what's the real plan?
so we are agreed in not stealing the orbs and giving them to the keepers. Yes.
Really?
I mean,
Totally gonna steal the orbs.
were we? I thought we'd agreed that we were not gonna just give them the ingredients to make this mind control spell.
No, I thought we had agreed that that would be the secondary plan,
It would,
but that we would still want to have the orbs in case the first plan failed.
right. But we need to attempt the first plan before we give them the means
Yes.
for the second plan.
Yes.
So, do you think we should attempt to steal the orbs and hold them for ourselves until such time that we might have tried freeing Urano and attempting
Well-
to slay Svanus?
I thought we were going to try to free Orano before the ball.
I mean, that would be the best plan. Do you think can we do it before the ball?
You have a day.
No.
I don't know. It's really tough.
We
And
don't
we still
ha-
haven't
we don't have
quite
to write
figured out
blood.
how to deal
See-
with that nonsense. Like, how are we going to get this blood? Like,
I was hoping Merek would have information about that because it is magic, and
oh, you have a lock.
Yeah, you
we
brought
need
back the locks you
to.
found in the.
Okay, we need to see if we can figure out a way to crack it.
because I have great
Okay, well, let's get started on that.
I have great trust in Netro, but this seems like
But-
more in his bailiwick.
But we do want to try the first plan.
Yes.
So let's do this.
May I see the lock?
Stand by. I scurry out of the room, run downstairs. It's like wave at the guards, check to see if they need refills.
They don't. They're all
They
full.
they just wave you off. They're like, get out of
Not
here.
one of them is actually drinking. Like
Like,
there's not one guy.
Two
who's
of them
like,
are, and they finish their mugs and they don't want it. They're just like, get out of here, street rat. Like
They only
they're-
drank it because
I'm dressed so awesomely now.
They are.
he's
I'm-
dressed better than Merek.
Yeah, I'm like Robin
just-
Williams in
Well,
like
they're
the
on
genie thing.
they're on edge. They're on edge.
As
Like-
he's doing that, I'll begin my prep, drawing out
Prince Ali.
a circle.
Okay.
I go grab the locks, I put them in a little
Oh,
sack,
upstairs?
and I run
What are you
past
gonna
it. It's
dismiss the
I always
lock?
wave at them.
Yeah.
And I go upstairs. And I
Sure.
throw the sack
Okay,
of them onto
don't
the
just
bed. It's
dismiss
like,
the lock, because then we don't learn anything.
See, there's three of them. This one's already locked, this one's already open, and this one's like halfway in construction or
I
something.
go
like
into
that.
my closet,
First.
grab a pair of scarves, put the lock in the middle,
Okay.
take the scarves, put them through the manacles.
Is this a magic
lock?
trick?
The
I love it when he
manacles.
does this, because yeah, they're all like magic tricks.
You mean like the hoop thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep pulling
So
scarves out.
I know.
the lock is in the center.
Yeah.
Surrounding the lock is the circle for dismiss.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the cloth going around through the lock, but outside the circle. And the intent is to dismiss just the lock. Oh, and I'll do 2 birds with 1 stun. So it's on a piece of paper. The circle's on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
It's a piece of paper, lock, circle, lock in the center, on the piece of paper, in the center of the circle, cloth going around outside the circle.
Okay.
Now, Merek, what if this somehow affects what's happened to Vergis? You don't quite understand how the spell works. What if the lock switches place with Vergis?
Then you're gonna have Vergis in your bed here.
And prepare yourself.
This is a poorly
that
thought
is
out
18.
plan.
So
As
Like
usual.
all-
As
I just
usual.
want the intent is for the lock.
We think really hard about it, and then we do we just act.
So
Yeah.
you hold your hands down, and the circle lights up and goes, and a whole bunch of like black smoke starts to pour off the circle a bit, and just and fills up the room a bit, and then it starts to like smoke
the
up.
whole room?
Yeah, it starts to smoke up a bit too much, and you're just like, and you're like coughing,
18.
and the smoke like burns off away from the circle, and you look down, and like the lock and the scarves and everything is still there. Just like
What was the smoke from? Is the paper burned up?
the circle has burned away, but everything is still there.
Interesting.
And Percival goes, "Ha, that's weird."
I remove the scarf, just the lock, repeat the whole thing. That is a 15.
Same process. More smoke in the room, more coughing.
It appears the spell doesn't work on this lock.
Bloody hell, it's like,
Must-
wow,
I mean,
just
it's a
like
magical lock. Maybe
boring
it's
ass
magic.
rock.
Okay,
Alright,
Ooh.
that is a 23.
same thing. Smoke
Oh.
everywhere. Just
Hey, the summoning
your
spell that you
dismiss
use...
is dead.
No, here's the other question. Your summoning spell that summons things, does it only summon organic living things?
Oh,
Have you ever
yeah,
tried
dismiss
to
only
dis-
I
dismisses
mean,
living
it is
things,
the opposite
yes?
of monster summon.
I've
Yeah.
only tried to dismiss living things.
I mean, I'm not a wizard, but I play one on television, so I tend to like think more like a wizard than your
So,
wizards.
long ago when I first dismissed the rat, did the cup over it go away too?
No.
No.
No, it didn't. I feel like- yeah, that should have been an-
Oh, God,
It should have been
dismiss
clear.
living things.
Dadriel is
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to smoke,
Okay,
so he
it's
drops
the
his mic
inverse
and he goes
monster
back upstairs.
That makes sense. Oh, man.
I want to try. I
Were
don't
you
know,
hoping
is
to
there- is
dismiss
there
it and then it
anything
comes
that I
back
could-
unlocked?
No, because if I could dismiss
think
a
word of
lock,
command
but not
only
the
works fine.
scarf around it,
Oh, you could just
I
dismiss
could dismiss.
dismiss the locks.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
What was this? This means Percival. A rat, please?
Percival goes, ugh. And he like runs over and he comes back like maybe about 5 minutes later. And he's carrying a rat.
Okay, alright, so I'm gonna take the rat.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna bind
It like squirms in your hands.
I'm gonna bind the rat. Try my best, just tie him up, little bow. He's all
This
bound
is a
up.
live rat.
It's happening again.
Wait, this
Percival
is
goes,
that
this is
rat.
weird, boss.
It's an interesting idea. In the middle of a
Oh,
piece
by
of
the way,
paper.
I'm going back downstairs to do bar stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to this corner of the room and like read a book.
Yeah, I'm gonna observe through familiar sight, but number one, there's too much smoke here.
Yeah.
And I've already contributed my one wizard knowledge thing to this
I'm
effect.
opening a window.
Plus, I don't want the guys to think, how come those guys keeps like going upstairs, and I don't want them to like get the wrong idea, or that they'll mess around while we're down here.
Exactly. We need
So-
someone to man the bar.
Put down the rat in the middle of the circle on a piece of paper.
Just being the
All tied up.
The mutant
He's tied.
rat. The,
Okay.
the
This
dead
is-
rat.
This is a normal rat.
It's a neo-normal rat.
Where are we getting these
This
rats?
is a
Apparently they're all over the
26.
bar. Like,
Damn. We have a problem. Apparently, I wasn't.
That
aware.
is the same thing I got for dismissing Vergis.
Okay. So there's a bunch of black smoke that like curls around and then curls around the rat, and then the smoke curls up a bit around it and goes and tightens and tightens and tightens until it just goes, and the rat
Oh, it
disappears.
does like the twisting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does like the twisting like the
Yeah.
smoke does, and
And-
then it just all poof, disappears, and then the rat is
Oh.
gone, and the scarf just goes.
Well, the stuff I tied him up with.
no,
Yeah.
the stuff you tied him up with is just sits there flat without the rat in it.
No, I mean like I tied up the rat, right?
Right.
So the stuff I used to tie up the rat,
Yeah,
there.
it's
Is
still
It
there?
there.
just falls to the...
It just falls without the rat.
I move that.
Okay.
Interesting. All right, and then I have the piece of paper with the magic circle on it.
Yeah.
Now we're going to move.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, okay.
Oh,
Move it somewhere else,
Okay.
in the room. Okay.
and then break the circle.
Okay, so you break or rip part of the paper,
Mhm.
and there's a kind of furious cracking sound, just like a, and then the circle sparks a bit, like a couple of yellowish sparks go and come off of it,
Oh,
and then it goes, and like there's this like kind of tiny blinding yellow flash in the center of the circle. There's a, and the rat comes back and goes, and like looks around and like
Oh, it's not like
It's-
all
no,
deformed.
it's not
normal?
deformed and horrible.
Oh,
And two things. It worked while moving the circle, and it's alive.
And it like scurries off the table a bit, and then looks up at you and sniffs, and like
and then blows up.
no, it like it sniffs
it spits
and
acid
then
at you.
and then peers at you a bit, and then looks and goes, and then like its eyes roll back up into its head,
No.
and then its jaw curls back, and the
What
whole
the
thing
fuck?
turns inside out. It just
Oh.
goes.
I'm not even watching.
So like the skeleton, the muscles and stuff are on the outside, and the
Oh.
fur and everything's on the inside. And he goes, and then it squeaks for a bit, and it looks at you, and it goes,
It didn't die immediately.
Merek, I'm gonna send you to the red jail for the rest of your life. And then the rat expires.
Huh. That seems unfortunate.
Wow, insult to injury. You bring him back as a rat and kill him.
What?
You jerk.
Wow. I'm so glad I'm not here. I'd never want him to see me in any room where he comes back at. It's just all Merek
Wait,
all day.
did he see me?
He didn't see anybody. He wasn't seeing much of anything because his eyeballs were
Yes.
inside out.
Okay, good. But he knows it was. Well, I guess he knew it was Merek when he got banished.
Yeah.
So